What's up YouTube, this is Joe from Zephyr War Games, and as another installment to the anime month, we have Blackwings, represented by everyone's favourite Crow Hogan of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. Now, this particular Blackwing deck is anime focused in the sense that it is synchro based, so if you're expecting and wanting to see Links, Xyz, all that kind of combo shenanigans with Phantom Knights and stuff like that, unfortunately, this is not the deck profile for you. This is personally how I also enjoy to play Blackwings. I think the Blackwing synchros are very unique and very, very interesting. I feel like they do need at least one more Blackwing synchro that does some form of going first, because I think primarily of the Blackwing synchros is go second, kind of like focused and orientated. But hey ho, we'll just have to wait and see. Maybe Konami might sprinkle a little bit more love to the Blackwing archetype in terms of its extra deck. But again, as I mentioned, this is synchro based Blackwings, so I hope this will, you know, tickle your fancies, or at least give you some form of a base skeleton if you want to pick up the Blackwing deck, because it is now relatively budget thanks to all the reprints that it got over the years and months, thanks to the legendary Duelist season sets. So before I get to this, if you enjoy this, give a like and subscribe down below, ding that notification bell, because obviously if you enjoy person's content here on YouTube, you don't want to miss out on that content, and that notification bell helps prevent that, and all of that is greatly appreciated, and we thank you guys so much for doing so. So with all that said and done, let's get into this Blackwing deck. So to start off with, the best Blackwing is Blackwing Summon the Poisonous Wind. You can banish a Blackwing from your hand and then place a Black Whirlwind from your deck to your side of the field, and then you can immediately, after this effect resolves, normal summon this card without tributing. This then triggers your Black Whirlwind, searching your monster with less attack than a normal summoned Blackwing you control. This card's fantastic because literally Black Whirlwind is the heart and soul of this deck, so you want to get to it as soon as possible, and this helps you get that. Moving on, we have 3 copies of Crystal Cracker Dawn, a nice free extender that's 1900 attack points, so that means you can normal and get essentially anything in your deck, because this is the highest Blackwing that you have in the deck, which is very, very nice. Moving on, we have 3 copies of Us to the South Wind. The reason we play this, you can drop this down to 2 if you so wish. If I did, I would play in a second copy of Blizzard the Far North. But this card's just fantastic because it gets you all the counters that you need on the board if you need additional counters by banishing from the graveyard. But by normal summoning this, you get to special summon a banished Blackwing. So literally, your poison plus any Blackwing can get you this, which then you can normal summon that, get you another monster back. And then because you normal summon this, you can search another monster with 1300 attack points or less, so you get to another tuner. And then you can essentially hopefully get double synchro on board, one of them being your big boss monster, which is just fantastic. Continuing on, as we said, we're playing the one Blizzard the Far North. Just again, another good tuner that I personally like to play, and you know, it just helps you. It's a good past turn 1 tuner that I like to grab, because you can just normal summon this with either Blackwing, so I do like to play 1 copy. I do play 2 copies of Orochi the Scroll, just a really low level tuner that you can just grab from your deck by essentially normal summoning any Blackwing in your deck. And then you can start level climbing, synchro climbing up into a higher level synchros, which I do play 1 non-Blackwing tech and 2 non-Blackwing techs in the extra deck, which just gets you some form of effect negation while also sticking to the 5Ds theme. Next, we're playing 3 copies of Gale the Whirlwind, just, you know, all around just a fantastic tuner, just a free summon as long as you control Blackwing, halves the first monster attack, so if you're going second, help you beat other things, just overall, just a great extender. We also play 3 copies of Boar the Spear. You know, Blackwing decks tend to be like monster heavy, so that's why we're playing a lot of multiples and a lot of 3-odds. You could personally play like Desires in this deck if you so want to. I haven't put Desires in this deck. personally, but you can so wish if you feel like, you just want to add that bit more consistency, because you do play multiples of the best cards. I do play 2 copies of Hamlet in the Dust, just a really good level 2 non-tune extender that you can summon to the field that can also adjust its level depending on another blackwing that you control that you can target, so it can get even higher. This plus like a level 3 means that you can go into a level 8, which is very, very handy. Playing 1 copy of Zephyros the Elite. You personally don't want to play multiples of this, to me personally, because it is a once per duel effect, so once you get it off, that's literally it. And to round up the monsters, I do play 2 copies of Kalut the Moon Shadow. I don't play hand traps in this deck, so I wanted to keep it nice and budget and friendly to everyone that can just pick this up and then have a nice little base skeleton that they want to then adjust to however they see fit. But I do like 2 Kaluts in this variant just because, again, you want to just punch over and just deal a lot of damage with your blackwing, so Colt Kalut can help do that. Moving on to the spells, the best spell in the deck is obviously Black Whirlwind, just a fantastic, fantastic card. When a Blackwing is normal summon to your field, you can add a Blackwing from your deck with less attack than that monster, so just absolutely fantastic. Only shame is a lot of our best tuners all share the same attack of 1300, so you kind of have to get something else that's higher to get to your multiple tuners, but you do play multiples of them, so if you don't have to do that. 3 copies of Allure Darkness. The whole deck is just a dark base, and I play 1 pot of Avarice because you can burn through your main and extra deck pretty quickly in Blackwing, so that shuffle back is handy. To substitute to not playing hand traps in this deck, I am playing Forbidden Chalice. This is also your budget. Dark Ruin No Mores and Infinite Impermanence, so the Cyber Style Structure deck will mitigate that imperm budgetness, but Forbidden Chalice, you can't go wrong with it. It is actually a very good card. 1 copy of Monster Ball and 1 Call by the Grave to round up spells. For traps, I'm playing my personal favourite trap in Blackwings is Blackbird Close. This card's just fantastic. It's a hand trap that you can play in your hand so you can control a Blackwing. You contribute a Blackwing to negate a monster effect and then summon a Blackwinged Dragon, so you replace the Blackwing that you get rid of. And then next turn you can then upgrade that Blackwinged Dragon into something a bit more fearsome. So I do really like personally Blackbird Close. I think it's an underrated Blackwing card, and so I play 3 copies of it. To round up the main deck, we are playing 1 Black Sonic and 1 Delta Crit Anti-Reverse. Just some good Blackwing focused traps that help get rid of cards on the board. For that's the main deck. Moving on to the extra, your big boss monsters. We're playing 1 Assault Blackwing and Marauder Divine Thunder. Can adjust its level, which is very, very fantastic. Can be a tune if it's used with a Blackwing for its summon, and can also become 6k when it does damage. 1 Blackwing Full Armored Master, the boss monster that you're probably summoning the most. And then I am playing 1 Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss just to give myself an additional effect negation, because you do play 2 Dark Dragons in this extra in the forms of 1 Chaos Ruler and the 1 Blackwing Dragon. This is what you're going to be summoning off your Delta Crit Anti-Reverse. No, your Blackbird Close summon, but this can also just be a nice generic level 8 synchro that you can make in this deck. That can also search you a card because your entire deck is dark, so you're going to get a dark monster out of this effect. So absolutely fantastic. For 7s, we're playing 1 Armor Master because you have to. It is a Synchro Blackwing deck, of course. And then 2 copies of Assault Blackwing Shuradaiki. One of my favorites just because he's just so cool. But he also is very strong because he can just clear boards very, very easily. 1 copy of Assault Blackwing Chidori the Rain Sparkling. I rarely make this, but because you are playing the Synchro variant, you do have a lot of space in the extra deck. So you can play some personal text. I'm playing 1 of this. 2 copies of Blackwing Tamer Obsidian Hawk Joe. Very strange that he's a warrior. I don't know why Konami did that. But this card is just fantastic. You can target a level 5 or higher Blackwinged monster in your graveyard for summon during either player's turn. When your opponent activates a card or effect that targets only this card, or when your opponent targets this card for an attack, you target 1 other Blackwing you control. That would be an appropriate target, and that target becomes the new target. You can use the effect of Tame a Juro once per turn. So it can protect itself very, very weirdly, but being able to get a Synchro back after you Synchro climb into this is very, very handy. And the one we can bring back, probably mostly or not, is No Tongue. Gives you additional normal summon, burns your opponent, and that works on special summons, so you can burn twice essentially. It's very, very good. One copy of Armored Wing, you know, sticking to the 5Ds theme. And then to the last of the extra, we are playing the 1 gram the Shining Star. You ready to make your level 5s. And I thought, since I didn't have enough space, I didn't want to play Sahara the Rainstorm, because you kind of want to play multiples of him to get the most benefit out of it. So I just went with Shining Gram. That guys is the deck. Hope you all enjoyed it. Blackwings is very fun. I haven't had too much play in history with Blackwings, just because over the years they have been relatively expensive deck. It's only until the Legendary Daughter set that kind of reprinted everything that kind of dropped the budget down this deck, so I managed to pick it up. But when I have the test hands and things like that, is very fun. Blackwings is just a very good deck to play if you are a Synchro fan and a 5Ds fan along that as well. But guys, again, hope you enjoyed it. Leave your comments down below how you're playing your Blackwing deck, what kind of variant you're doing, what combos are you doing, what end boards you're making, so on and so forth. We'd like to hear your thoughts and your stories. So, as always, like, comment, and subscribe. Hope you're enjoying this anime month. Until next time, as always, stay safe and happy dueling.